What's up, guys? Tommy with Hastings Lawn Care. We're just going to talk for a minute. So, got my truck figured out. I threw about $900 worth of parts on there, and nothing I did was fixing it. I went to a buddy's house. We checked the fuel pressure, and it was reading 45 psi. So I thought that was in spec. Come to find out it's not. It's actually 55 to 60 is what it's supposed to be. So I threw on all these parts, and they ended up being junk parts from Amazon. So I learned my lesson. You live and learn. You be cheap, you're going to spend a lot more money being cheap. So being cheap cost me money in the long run. So with that being said, I threw about $900 at it. I think with returns and everything, I've gotten maybe $300 of my money back. The rest of it, long gone, kiss it goodbye. With that being said, now that it's actually at a professional mechanic, and I am not. I cut grass, I bolt on parts, I'm not a mechanic. So, with that being said, just talked to the guy. So it needs a fuel pump, a real throttle body, and a real mass airflow sensor, and not just something cheap from Amazon. So with that being said, they're doing all that for me. It's going to be about $1,100 for parts and labor, whatever. So all in all, I've spent a lot of money on my truck. Well, now the sidewall slug that I had in my tire and my mower, that no longer works, as you see it in my prior video. So I had to get 2 new tires. They're getting mounted at the moment, but I dropped them off earlier, paid for them ahead of time. That was $215. So $215 for tires on my mower. I've got, what would you say, roughly $1,600 tied up in getting my truck right. And that's the reason why I don't cut $35 yards. These $35 guys, once you get your first breakdown, you're going to learn real quick. I had mine last year when my truck and trailer got totaled out. Thank God I was able to borrow my mom's truck and my buddy's trailer, and I was able to, keep moving forward with my business. But you learn real quick that you have to have backup equipment, and you can't just spend money freely. You have to have money put back on the back burner for instances like this. I mean, unless you got a credit card, what else would I have done? Thank goodness I was able to get all my yards done this week. My expenses never hit until this week on Friday. So, I've got plenty of money to cover the bills. That's fine. But if I was out here charging $35 per lawn, I wouldn't be able to pay for my expenses right now. I'd be putting out on a credit card, which is going to cause interest to occur. It's just never ending. And that's why there's a few people I, have discussions with about them cutting yards cheap and how they need to up their prices. And I get it. We all need to start somewhere. But when you start seeing, $5 here, $10 there, you don't think nothing of it. But when you start seeing $500, $1,000, $1,500, then you start to reconsider your prices that you're charging these people out here. But regardless, everything's going great with business. I've dropped a couple lawns. I've lost a couple lawns due to pricing increase for reasons like this exactly. Other than that, everything's going great. I think we're at the time of year now where, the spring rush is over. So now it's all kind of going to flatline for a little bit. And then we'll probably see, that drought that none of us wants to see. But it happens. That's why we cut maybe 5-6 months out of the year. If we get 7 here in Ohio, we're lucky. Other than that, I just wanted to share that with you. If you guys have been following along, liking my videos, sharing, subscribing, I definitely appreciate it. I'm trying to get this channel to grow. Normally, I don't get on here and rant like this, but, at the same time, I want to fill you guys in with what's going on. That's why I have this channel. I don't care if I get monetized. I don't care if I get 1 million subscribers. I'm just out here to try to plant little seeds. I try to make videos that's helpful. Somebody might be looking up like yesterday, I made a video how to remove your lawnmower tire. So, you know, if stuff like that helps you and you appreciate the content, hit that like button. You know, even if it doesn't help you, I'm sure someone out there it probably will help. Not everyone knows how to take off a tire on their lawnmower. Not everybody knows how to sharpen their blades on their lawnmower. You know, I try to give little tips and tricks to help out, and you know, that's just me doing my part. So, you know, there's lawn care guys within my area that I kind of collab with, and you know, I'll get calls for one-time cuts or calls for, you know, looking for lawn care, and I'm kind of booked right now, so I pass them business. There was a guy last year that I got with, and you know, we got to talking, and he told me his situation and what he wanted to do, and I seen the yards that he was cutting and the effort that he was putting in. So I ended up giving him like 7 yards or something like that. And I think out of the 7 jobs that I sent him, I believe 3 or 4 of those actually stuck. And it's just one of those things that makes me feel good because I'm there. I want to say I've been there, but I'm still there. My business is still growing. You know, I'm not where I want to be, but right now I'm where I should be, if that makes sense at all. So it's one of those things where I see somebody starting out where I did, and I want to help them get to where I'm at, because I know that, you know, not everybody, but some people, you scratch their back, they'll scratch yours. You know, it's one of those things. So I believe in karma. So I try to help out people. That way, you know, it comes back on me in the end. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I ain't really got much to ramble on about. I think that's about all I got on my mind here. I got my weed eater. It's pouring gas out from somewhere. I don't know why, but I haven't even thought about messing with it yet, so that's next on the list. I just got back home now. I'm getting ready to sharpen the blades on my mower, so after I get the tires back, I can put the blades on it, clean the deck, all that stuff for next week. But I'm probably going to tear into this weed eater, and I'll make sure I get it on camera. That way, if you guys need to know how to take one apart, guess what? There's going to be a video for that. So don't forget to like, subscribe. Even if you don't watch my videos, hit that like button, subscribe, just swipe past. That's all you got to do. Just help this channel grow for the people that will need the help out there. So that way the algorithm pushes it to get to the people that are looking up this type of information that may need the advice that I'm trying to give. Other than that, I appreciate everybody's time. Thanks again. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next video.